What an absolutely ridiculous thing to say.
I was born in Iran. When the Shah was in Iran, did Israel already exist? Was Israel causing chaos? Was there war in the Middle East? Let me say this one more time. When Iran was ran by the Shah, what year was the Shah of Iran? What years did he run Iran? 41 to 79. That he started at 21 years old, young man, right? 41 to 79. When did Israel get the coronation? 48. Okay, so check this out. Why is it that between 48 to 79, while the Shah was the king of Iran, running Iran, why is it for 31 years there is no major war in the Middle East?
Patrick David is saying that there were no conflicts when the Shah was in power during that period. Obviously, there were so many conflicts, from starting with 1948 and the creation of Israel in 1948, which immediately led to a displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians and the Arab-Israeli war that erupted in 1948. In 1956, there was the Suez Canal crisis, where Israel invaded Egypt. There was the 1967 Six-Day War, which was initiated by Israel, preemptive strike against Egypt. Egypt didn't invade and didn't attack Israel. They had their army kind of on the border, but didn't attack or invade, and Israel carried out the attacks, which led to a war. There's the 1973, the Yom Kippur War, where Egypt and Syria attacked Israel. Now, as you can imagine, this all involves Israel, because his point was that Israel never had any issues in the Middle East when the Shah was in power. There was no conflict in the Middle East. It's only when the religious mullahs came that all the Middle East started to erupt in war. And in 1975, there was the Lebanese Civil War, whereby Israel supported a lot of militias in Lebanon as part of that civil war, and that ended up with Israel invading Lebanon, actually reached to the capital, Beirut, in Lebanon, and resulted in hundreds of thousands of deaths. So the idea that Israel didn't, cause any issues in that region is just ridiculous. And I just want to add, Iran didn't fund Al-Qaeda to fight the Soviets in Afghanistan. The US did, which obviously created a powerful religious extremist group that ended up attacking the US. But Iran didn't arm Saddam Hussein, which he used to oppress Iraqis and then invade Iran. The US did. Iran didn't supply weapons to extremists in Syria who later became ISIS in order to fight America's war, which led to a civil war where hundreds of thousands of people died, and ISIS took over the region until it had to be pushed back. The US did that. So saying that there's no conflicts during the Shah's rule is just one of the most illiterate takes I've encountered, to be honest. And this is the whole idea, that this whole narrative that they're trying to push for, which is if you take out Iran, there will be peace in the Middle East. Now, where have I heard that bull before? Iraq, Syria, Libya, Afghanistan,